Okay,
lot.
let's unpack this. We're looking at the high-stakes world of NFL end-of-season chaos.
And the temperature is, it is boiling right now.
It really is. We're doing a deep dive into some shocking playoff matchup, some really controversial front office shakeups that are, I think, rocking the foundation of the league.
And this is all coming from a pretty intense sports debate transcript we've got. It's high-level stuff.
It is. And our mission today is pretty straightforward. We're going to try and extract the truth from all the noise and really use this analysis as a shortcut for all of you to get instantly informed about this wild card round.
And there are, three big arguments we need to tackle?
Yeah, three major interlocking arguments. First is just the unprecedented severity of criticism that's being aimed at a playoff-bound team's defense.
A team that is in the tournament.
Exactly. And they're being called awful.
Just incredible.
Then we've got to uncover the real reason for a head coach getting fired despite winning his last 4 games.
Which just doesn't make sense on the surface.
And finally, we're going to break down this stunning analytical case for a massive AFC wildcard upset. One that, nobody saw coming 2 months ago.
And that's the thing. If you want the quick hit, the most provocative claim is that a playoff defense is horrendous.
And maybe even more shocking, the 7-seed Packers are actually favored against the 2-seed Bears.
Which, that's completely unheard of since the playoff expansion back in 2020. That alone tells you everything.
It really does. It shows you the depth of the weakness these experts see in what should be a top-tier team.
Well, it's fascinating, isn't it? How quickly the perception of success can just crumble under this kind of intense analytical scrutiny.
Totally.
When you see a 7-seed favored over a 2-seed, it tells you that the odds makers and the analysts who inform them, they see a fundamental systemic weakness.
Something the win-loss record is hiding.
Exactly. It's like that team's position is almost an accident, or at least, super vulnerable to a better coached, more balanced team.
And this Bears-Packers matchup, it's historically rare. I think this is only the 3rd time they've ever met in the playoffs.
That's right. And we should probably start right there, because the entire narrative is driven by that historical anomaly. Green Bay, the 7-seed, is favored.
Just think about that for a second. Since 2020, not a single 7-seed has been favored to win a playoff game. Now we have this.
That historical weight is what makes this so urgent.
Exactly. We're seeing history being written right now based purely on analytical confidence. Now, the teams split the series this year, which you'd think means parity.
Right, you'd think so, but
if you dig into the context, the transcript highlights a really lethal detail. Green Bay did not trail for a single second.
In either game.
In either contest. They led wire to wire. Twice. That's not parity.
No, that's dominance.
That's dominance. Now, we should pause here because the source material does mention a hypothetical scenario with Caleb Williams as the quarterback, so maybe this debate was looking way ahead or something.
Right, like a simulation of future expectations.
Yeah, but setting that aside, the analysis still focuses on the existing QB's inconsistency.
And that's a critical distinction to make. Looking at the team as it is, while their quarterback has taken huge steps, the transcript points to moments where that inconsistency could, quote, hold this offense back.
Specifically that final game. He didn't wake up until the 4th quarter.
Which is exactly what happened the last time they played Green Bay. He can get hot and create some miraculous drives, sure.
But relying on that in the playoffs.
It's a recipe for disaster. You just can't wait until the 4th quarter in January. But honestly, the biggest question mark, the thing that got the most vitriol from the sources, it wasn't the QB.
No, it's the defense.
Yeah.
The unit that supposedly got them here.
Yeah, let's zero in on that tactical breakdown, because the criticism is, it's incredibly specific and, like you said, unprecedented for a playoff team.
The experts are using language like awful and horrendous. They're saying it will hold them back.
This isn't just minor criticism. This is a diagnosis of a total institutional breakdown.
And the evidence they cite is damning. You look at that Detroit game, the Lions hung 52 up on them.
As one analyst put it, Detroit did whatever they wanted, just moved the ball up and down the field, effortlessly.
And the why behind that is what's so interesting. It's the tactical flaw.
Right. The core argument is that the Bears don't disguise anything worth a darn. Their cover 1, their cover 2 schemes, they're just too predictable, too static.
An elite quarterback can read that all day.
Oh, absolutely. Against a disciplined team like Green Bay with an accurate passer, that lack of mystery is a catastrophe. It means the QB can just sit back, pick apart the coverage, and never have to guess what he's seeing post-snap.
Okay, but there is one major counterpoint, and the sources do acknowledge it.
The takeaways.
The Bears' defense leads the entire league in takeaways. They have a knack for the big play.
They do, but that fact gets shot down almost immediately as not being enough for playoff success.
Because it's random.
It's random, and it's unsustainable. The thinking is still, defense wins championships, and that means consistent, suffocating defense that forces punts.
Not just relying on chance.
Exactly. When your fundamental coverages are that transparent, you are one missed tackle or one dropped pick away from giving up a 70-yard touchdown.
So what does all this mean for the rest of the NFC? When you synthesize the whole analysis, the sources they're incredibly dismissive of almost the entire field.
Yeah, outside of two teams, they said they would remain shocked, a direct quote, if the NFC team in the Super Bowl isn't either Seattle,
citing their amazing defense in the 1 seed,
or the LA Rams because their offense is, quote, as good as anybody in football.
And their deep dive analytics apparently agree. They've narrowed the NFC to a 2-horse race before the wildcard round is even over.
That level of conviction is striking, especially with how much parity we thought there was in the conference. It really simplifies things for you, the listener. If you're looking for an NFC dark horse, stop looking. Focus on those two. But the chaos wasn't just on the field. The unpredictability of the season led to maybe the most bewildering decision of all off the field in Atlanta.
We have to talk about this. The organizational meltdown in Atlanta. Specifically, firing head coach Raheem Morris.
A move that genuinely surprised a lot of people around the league.
Well, yeah. Here's the paradox that makes it so controversial. Morris won his last 4 games. He finished strong.
And the players, people like Bijan Robinson and Drake London, they were publicly backing him immediately after that final game.
He was hugging the owner on the sideline.
Yeah.
So if you're winning and the locker room is with you, why the firing?
And this is the deeper story. It's a textbook case of a catastrophic organizational reset. According to the sources, the front office had committed such severe malpractice that a 4-game win streak couldn't fix it.
So they clean house.
Completely.
Yeah.
Pointing the finger not at the coach's recent performance, but at incompetence from the previous regime. We're talking a total overhaul.
Morris is out. Longtime CEO Rich McKay is out.
Greg Beadles is the new CEO, and they're hiring a new GM, a new head coach, and a president of football.
A role many think is for Matt Ryan.
Right. This kind of house cleaning points a finger squarely at organizational flaws that were there long before Morris.
And the source material is emphatic about this. The front office, not Morris, should take the blame. We have to break down these mistakes because it's really 2 catastrophic choices compounded by 1 fatal error.
Okay, so mistake number 1.
The ridiculous offseason 2 years ago, the team paid over $100 million guaranteed to Kirk Cousins.
A quarterback coming off a late-season Achilles injury.
That is an enormous financial risk. Betting the franchise's future on a guy recovering from that major injury.
And then mistake number 2, which just compounded everything, was drafting a quarterback implied to be Michael Penix.
A high-risk talent known for serious knee injury concerns.
At number 8 overall, it defied all logic given the money they just gave to Cousins. And the source says the organization then acted stunned when Penix couldn't perform at a high level.
It just created this dysfunctional, expensive, risk-filled quarterback room from the get-go.
But the fatal error, the biggest mistake, according to this analysis,
was what happened right before the season, not making the quarterback position an open competition.
They just handed one of them the job.
Which undercuts your new draft pick. It potentially divides the locker room, and you miss the chance to find out who was actually healthy and clicking with your receivers.
That's the key. The analysts were unequivocal. Their firm belief is that if Kirk Cousins had been healthy and the starter, or if they had just had a genuine merit-based competition,
Falcons would have been a playoff football team.
Instead, they were paralyzed by past mistakes. It basically means Morris was dealt a tough hand, inheriting all these bad personnel decisions, and then was used as the scapegoat to clean up the front office's mess.
You still have to respect Morris's legacy, though. The player response, winning those last 4 games. It shows the team never let go of the rope.
Which speaks volumes about his leadership, even as the organization around him was just collapsed.
It's a harsh lesson. Sometimes organizational competence matters more than who's calling the plays.
It is a massive lesson in executive accountability. But let's shift gears completely. Let's look at the AFC, which is just packed with brutal wildcard matchups.
Yeah, these are more about tactical mismatches than organizational chaos. We should start with Houston versus Pittsburgh.
Okay. The Texans are 3.5-point favorites. This feels like a defensive slugfest.
And the key, according to the sources, is that Houston defense. They're calling it the best in the playoffs, right up there with Seattle.
Capable of just suffocating Pittsburgh's offensive line.
Which is not built for that kind of sustained pressure. Houston brings it from everywhere, and the sources expect them to just dictate the whole pace of the game by collapsing the pocket.
That's a really tough spot for the Steelers' offense, which needs to establish the run.
Right. But the debate doesn't write off C.J. Stroud. It highlights his ability to play big in these intense defensive games.
They reference his success against Cleveland and the Chargers earlier in the year, two highly respected units at the time.
He's shown resilience, accuracy under pressure, and he rises to the occasion. That history is why the analysts are confident in Houston.
Stroud just plays big in big moments. That's a massive advantage in January.
Agreed. But the real fireworks, that's the Bills versus Jaguars game.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is where we get the most controversial ASC prediction. An analyst is picking the underdog Jaguars against the Bills.
And the Bills are only 1.5-point favorites. It's basically a pick-up.
So we have to dive into this Josh Allen 2.0 thesis they have for Trevor Lawrence. It's not just hype. There's real evidence here of elite dual-threat performance.
That's right. The analysts have tracked his evolution. He's showing a bazooka arm, but also this newly developed, really potent ability to run.
The sources point out he's second only to Josh Allen in rushing touchdowns by a quarterback this year.
And that dual-threat capability, it completely changes the calculation for the Jags offense. Defenses can no longer just drop back into coverage. They have to account for his legs on every single snap.
It fundamentally stresses their entire structure.
It does. And the argument for Jacksonville isn't just about offense. The key stat, the one that makes them a real Super Bowl dark horse, is that they are one of the only teams with a top 5 offense and a top 5 defense.
When you have elite play on both sides of the ball, you've got a team built specifically for the playoffs.
And look at the defensive metrics they cited. They've won 9 straight games. They're number 2 in the league in takeaways.
Which is a sharp contrast to our Bears discussion earlier.
Exactly. Jacksonville doesn't just rely on turnovers. They combine pressure from a strong defensive front with tight coverage to generate them sustainably. They can get takeaways, and they can consistently get stops.
And Lawrence himself is playing at a historic level. He's the 4th player in NFL history with 25 passing TDs and 10 rushing TDs.
That stat alone just underscores the phenomenal, truly elite performance he's putting up right now.
The fact that the debate spent so much time even considering a Jacksonville upset, pitching Lawrence directly against Allen as equals, that shows you how far they've come.
It's a sign of organizational strength and great coaching. If you're looking for the team that's peaking at the absolute perfect time with the balance you need for a deep run,
the sources are pointing directly at Jacksonville
as the most underrated team in the entire field.
So let's bring this all home. Let's synthesize what we've learned from this deep dive. We've hit on 3 major findings that really shift the landscape. First, the unique, harsh criticism of a winning Bears defense.
They're calling them horrendous, which explains why a 7 seed is historically favored. It shows structural flaws matter more than just your win-loss record.
Second, the true cause of the Falcons' meltdown wasn't the coach, but front office errors made 2 years ago. High-risk contracts, poor draft strategy.
Which led to that fatal error of skipping a quarterback competition.
And finally, we established this strong analytical case for the Jaguars as a Super Bowl dark horse.
Based on Trevor Lawrence's elite dual-threat play and their nearly unparalleled balance, with the top 5 offense and defense.
This whole thing is a roadmap to understanding accountability in the NFL. We saw in Atlanta, a 4-game win streak wasn't enough to save a coach from the mistakes made 2 years ago.
That organizational reset was deemed necessary regardless of what was happening on the field right now.
So this raises an important and, I think, provocative question for you, the listener, as these playoff games kick off.
If a head coach can be fired for front office malpractice from 2 seasons ago, does that mean the only thing that really matters now is the total organizational reset?
Or can an excellent coach always overcome 2 years of bad decisions from the front office? When you look at the whole playoff picture, from the vulnerable Bears to the surging Jaguars, where do you see the true organizational failures being exposed this weekend?
Something to chew on as the wildcard round kicks off.